Hey y'all, it's Morgan. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review slash first impression of the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This is the foundation that I'm wearing today. Today is February 2nd, which is actually a year ago I posted my first video on YouTube, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, so I've been using it for a couple of weeks and I have like all of my final thoughts since I've been using it for a while, and like I know what works best with it and blah 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 blah, you know what I mean. This is a new Wet n Wild foundation. It comes in 20 shades. I got the color Golden Beige and it is $5.99. They say on the website that it's tested under 7 light conditions with and without the flash. Clear blue sky, outdoors at night, indoors at night, electronic flash, fluorescent light, bathroom light, and nightclub light. You know, like whenever you take a picture, it's not supposed to have like a white photo flashback. I took a few photos with it with my flash, so I'll insert those pictures so y'all can see. It says that it's specially made with matte light diffusing complex to give your skin a no filter perfection. Hashtag no filter perfection. So just keep watching to see the demo and first impression and my final thoughts and review. So today is Wednesday the 4th. So I got the color Golden Beige. Hopefully it matches. Skin is, it's been like normal lately. It's not too oily, it's not too dry, but I usually have like oily skin like in my T-zone. Comes with like a little spatula type thing. I guess I'm just gonna put it on the back of my hand. I'm gonna be using a beauty blender for one side, and then I'm gonna be using the Wet n Wild flat top brush, and to see like which one works the best. And I'm just dotting this all over my face. As you can see, I do have like some discoloration. Well, my mom just called, and as I can already see that the foundation is like kind of drying, so I think I need more. Well, it dries fast, so you gotta, I guess you gotta kind of work fast. Now I'm gonna do this side with the beauty blender. So far, I like it with a beauty blender. It's thin, but the coverage is good. Like the actual foundation itself is kind of thin, but it covers really well so far. It covered some of these spots, but not completely. I find it hard sometimes to find any foundation really that covers like really dark spots. So that's just one layer, and it looks good. It doesn't even look like I'm wearing foundation. I'm not really gonna do like a whole like wear test because it doesn't claim that it like lasts like 12 hours or like 24 hours or anything crazy like that. I didn't find on the website or on the bottle that it says it's like long wearing, but I'm just going to check in at the end of the day and tell y'all like my thoughts so far after wearing it just for one day. Now I'm using this little flat top beauty blender. This is a flat top Wet n Wild brush, and I'm just gonna blend it in and see how it works with this brush. I definitely feel like the beauty blender blended it out better than this does. I'm just gonna go in with one more light coat just to see if the coverage is like buildable. Just like where I need the extra, see if it covers. I like the way it goes on with the beauty blender versus the brush. I mean, it covered it a little bit more, but nothing too drastic. It doesn't look heavy or anything. So I would say that the coverage is buildable. I mean, it's nothing too heavy, but it's definitely like my skin looks even, more even than it did before, so I mean, that's a plus. They had a new concealer that came out with the foundation. This one is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I'm gonna use a beauty blender to blend this out because that's what I always use. It didn't really cover my dark circles that well. I mean, you can't really tell on camera. They look dark in IRL. I'm just gonna set it with a little bit of translucent powder. So this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder. This is also new with like all the other stuff, and I'm using the Wet n Wild powder brush. It doesn't feel sticky, like it doesn't feel like I need to set it, but I'm just gonna set like where I would usually get oily at, which is like around my nose, my chin, and my forehead. The powder feels really soft, like it's so fine. I don't think it really added any coverage, but it just makes my skin look like airbrush. So I finished putting on the rest of my makeup. I used the Wet n Wild bronzer, Wet n Wild blush, and they both applied really nicely. My highlighter applied good. Everything applied really well. It didn't get like choppy. Like all the powders applied very nicely, and it still feels very nice and soft and silky like it did before. So far, so good. My first impression is that I like it. I love the finish of it. It's pretty full coverage. It looks like it matches my skin a lot better than it did before I had all of that. Like I feel like it was a little bit pale, but now that I have my bronzer and all that, it looks better. So far, I'm giving it a thumbs up. Hey y'all, I'm back. So it's 7:14 right now. I just looked in the mirror for the first time and I'm legit like, I'm shocked right now. Like the foundation still looks so good. I mean, it's been like 7 hours I've had it on and it looks so good. It doesn't say that it's like long wearing or anything, but like that's a really good sign that it still looks good. Like I didn't notice that it was like on my face. I didn't feel like it was heavy. I didn't feel like my face was like getting oily or anything, which is really good. I mean, obviously you can tell that it is getting oily, like around here, around my nose, which always happens, and on my chin and a little bit right here. I'm like very impressed with how it looks. Like it's not breaking up. Even though I'm getting oil, it's not breaking up around my nose or anything like that, and it still looks so smooth. Like my skin just looks so smooth up close, which is just freaking crazy. Like I just can't believe that $6 foundation looks this good. I'm really excited about it. As you can tell, like the concealer, I feel like my dark circles are coming through a little bit more. Doesn't feel heavy, or at least for me, like if I wear foundation for a long time, I feel like I can just like feel it on my face. I still can't, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing any foundation, so that's really good. I just want to say that I really love this foundation. I've been using it a lot. This is like medium coverage, but it's definitely buildable. I would say it's like semi-matte. Like it's matte, but it still has like a nice glow, I guess you would say. It doesn't dry out my face or anything like that. It wears very nicely throughout the day. Like it doesn't break up around my nose, which can happen a lot with foundation, and it doesn't get like overly oily. I also like that I don't feel like I'm wearing any foundation. Like it's light enough that you don't even feel it. The consistency of it is like, it's like not too thick and not too thin. It's just like the perfect amount. It's lightweight, but it covers well, and it's definitely buildable. I had like darkness along, like hyperpigmentation on my cheeks, and what I've been doing now is I just add a little bit more foundation to that area, and it just like, it adds coverage without looking like so much foundation on your skin, which I really like, because some foundations, whenever you keep adding, it just looks, you know, like you're wearing a lot. This one, it doesn't do that. I like to use this with a beauty blender or a like buffing brush. I don't like to use it with the Wet n Wild brush that I used in the video. It just didn't work that well with the foundation, in my opinion. I think it works better with a beauty blender or a like buffing type of brush, like more tightly compacted, and that's the way I've been using it. One thing that I would like to mention is that it dries extremely fast. So if you're the type of person that likes to like dot the foundation all over your face and then blend it in, it's gonna dry. That's what I did the first time I used it. I dotted it all over my face and it dried, and it like wouldn't blend out. So what I do now is I just take a little bit at a time and work in sections, blend it out. So that's another tip. All of the concealers that I've used with it have like worked. They don't, like sometimes when you add a certain concealer, or like sometimes foundation can break up whenever you add your concealer, and that didn't happen with this one. I just really like the finish that it gives on the face. It doesn't, you know, it looks really nice in person, and it just makes your skin look so soft and smooth and flawless. The only thing that I would say that would make this foundation like even better is if it had like a pump instead of the little like paddle thing. I'm not really into that, but I mean, it's $5.99, you can't go wrong. I really like this, and I'm definitely going to repurchase it when I run out. So also, I just wanted to add in, while I'm here, my thoughts on the concealer and the powder that came out with the foundation. I've been using these. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. This is the color Medium Peach. At first when I used it, I didn't like it, but after I've been using it for a while, I like it. It's not my favorite, but I don't hate it. I have been using it a lot. It's very light coverage, and it would work for people that don't have like such dark circles. I have pretty dark under eye circles, so this does not cover it. Like, I cannot use this by itself and it's going to cover my dark circles, so I have to use this in conjunction with another concealer if I want my dark circles to be hidden all the way, because this isn't like full coverage. It's very tacky, so you do have to set it or like it'll crease. I like it. Would I repurchase it? Probably not. Next is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder, and I got the color Tan Beige. They didn't have many colors. I wish they did have more because I actually really like this powder. It's weird because whenever you swatch it, it doesn't even really look like anything on. Like, it just feels like nothing. Like, I can definitely notice a difference whenever I put it on my face. It's so light. Like, it doesn't add much coverage to your face. Like, if you want it for coverage, it's not going to add that. I just like to use this after I use the foundation just to set my face. It just gives like a nice like airbrushed look, and it's so soft. I just like the way that it sets it. It doesn't make it too matte or powdery, which is really good. It just looks nice. I was pleasantly surprised with how I liked it at first. I was like, but after using it for the past couple of weeks, I really like it, and I use it with a lot of different foundations. So I hope y'all found this video helpful. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know in the comments down below if you tried this foundation and if you liked it. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have y'all here. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!